Hey, quick disclaimer. This training video is for informational purposes only and does not constitute official CMMC training or professional implementation guidance. This content is intended solely to demonstrate how Eramba supports compliance management efforts. Last week, we used an SBOM suite to gather vulnerabilities, but you'll also get them from Nessus scans, self-audits, pen tests, and configuration reviews. A lot of people manage these findings in spreadsheets, but there is a better way. Today we're looking at a free tool with an enterprise upgrade called Eramba. We'll do a high-level walkthrough of managing cybersecurity risks systematically instead of in spreadsheets. Even if we're not pursuing an ATO, an RMF-style approach is still the best way to manage cybersecurity systematically. Why does this matter? You want to demonstrate to customers that you're trustworthy and have your security house in order. Systematic risk management shows you're serious about protecting their data. Here's the scenario I built for this walkthrough. Secure Supply LLC is a 180-person IT services contractor with multiple federal contracts. They handle CUI in their systems and need to show they're managing cybersecurity risks systematically. They've got 18 systems, vulnerability findings from multiple sources, and need to prove they're not just hoping nothing bad happens. Now let's head over to Eramba. The first step in RMF is cataloging every system that touches CUI, and I mean everything. Not just your obvious servers. Look at this asset inventory. We've got SQL servers with contract data, CAD workstations with technical drawings, even the CEO's laptop because it has strategic planning documents on it. Mess this up and you'll spend months backtracking when the assessor asks you about systems you forgot. Step 2 is figuring out which controls you need. For CMMC Level 2, that's 110 NIST 800 171 controls. Here's the difference. Eramba has a pre-built compliance package maintained by experts. CMMC version 2 compliance package. All 110 controls, properly categorized with the latest requirement updates. And here is a one-click import, all 110 controls with proper NIST references, control families organized, implementation guidance included. Step 3 is where you actually implement the 110 CMMC controls. But first, you need to plan what goes where. Here's our CMMC controls for security patching. In spreadsheets, you'd manually track which risks this addresses across which systems. In Eramba, use the Compliance Drivers tab to link this control directly to your specific risks. Now, this CMMC requirement is connected to the actual SQL server that needs patching, no guesswork. But linking requirements to risks is just planning. You still need to do the actual work. This is where you create implementation projects, MFA rollout, server patching, encryption deployment, each with budgets, timelines, and team assignments. Eramba links it all together. Step 4 is where you prove your controls actually work. But here's what Eramba doesn't do automatically. It won't magically reduce your risk scores. You have to manually update risk scores after testing. That SQL server went from critical 20 to medium 6 after patching, but only because we changed it ourselves. But assessment is more than just score changes. It's about collecting evidence. In spreadsheets, assessment artifacts live everywhere: emails, shared drives, random folders. In Eramba, implementation evidence attaches directly to the control. Now, the free version basically prevents you from running reports. Pretty crushing. You can screenshot some dashboard views, but that's about it. But here's where the free version becomes powerful. It offers REST APIs. Want executive dashboards? HTML reports for the assessor? This is your chance to flex your Python skills and build exactly what your organization needs. I'm not going to fully demo steps 5 and 6 because they reuse the same Eramba features we've already covered. Step 5 is Authorize, reviewing final risk scores and making the business decision to operate. Step 6 is continuous monitoring, same risk reviews, and compliance analysis, just on a recurring basis. Eramba really is expansive. I've barely touched on the features. Asset management, incident tracking, project management, policy libraries. You really should watch the training videos to get the most out of this tool. But here's the big advantage. When you need to manage SOC 2, ISO 27001, or any other compliance frameworks, it all happens in the same place. One central location for all your RMF goals, not scattered across different spreadsheets. You can import SOC 2 controls, map them to the same assets and risks, no starting over, no duplicate data entry. Coming up in a few weeks, we'll dive into Keycloak and how to bridge authentication in Zero Trust architecture.